forth right now. It was like 8 text messages of like, blah, blah. And then I'm like, oh, blah, 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 blah. That'll be fun when we go to the restaurant tomorrow, so I'll get a high chair. Blueberry? Yummy. Say I like. Yeah, in your mouth. Blueberry.
I noticed that when I was meditating, I was searching for things to write about. I had a lot of thoughts flying around, most of them not very different from the ones I was writing about already. In a way, I feel like I should be writing about something more ambitious than whatever random thing I think of at any given moment. I think what I'm trying to say is that I have the craving to get into something in more depth and be a bit more deliberate than the last few videos. What is that impulse really saying though? The craving to write about something more serious or intense. It goes against a lot of what I've been saying recently about letting go of expectation and trying to persist through how banal writing can be. There are certain implications to saying you are practicing something. Practice is the act of rehearsing a behavior repeatedly to help learn and eventually master a skill. So what then is the difference between practicing writing and writing? It's a small difference, but you could say that writing is personal or pragmatic. Writing a grocery list, writing an email, writing down an idea so that you don't forget. But practicing writing implies something different. It implies that the discipline aims towards some higher calling. As I finished that thought, I noticed the desire to check the view count on the video I posted yesterday. Every time I look, I just feel defeated. I feel a bit unfocused and that I'm unsure what to write about, but dealing with that uncertainty of what to write, that is so much of what practicing writing is. While I was doing my meditation this afternoon, I was feeling some weird cloud of embarrassment and shame from the last video I posted. I don't really know why. I know that I watched it before I published it yesterday and that I was happy with it, but somehow I have this gut feeling that it wasn't good. That feeling that I've put myself out there, my assumption is not that it will be met with acceptance. My assumption is that whoever comes across it will think it's stupid and laughable. I do wonder how I got here, to this place that assumes such failure. I wonder if I had a large audience, if I would be talked out of that feeling, or if it is something more deep-rooted than that. As I meditated, I imagined the feeling of what acceptance would even be quantified. Let's call it 1 million followers on YouTube. That is an unthinkably large number, even though for YouTube, there are thousands of channels that eclipse that number by far. I sit and imagine what it would feel like to have 1 million subscribers. How would my process change? What would I do differently? I think that what I imagine is that I would just be better at what I do. From experience, from practice, that the audience is proportional to talent, and so that belief may be what is making me feel the way that I am. My self-worth is tied to the size of the audience. It is juvenile, but it is where I am. So what to do about it? I think that all that can be done is to focus on making something you love. You do have a certain amount of control over that. We are capable of making something that we love, or maybe love is not accurate. Maybe it's making something that is true to yourself. And maybe being true to yourself means that there's a discomfort and imperfection. Stop looking at view counts. Stop thinking about what people will think. You really don't have the slightest clue. It's impossible to know.